this morning.
Oh,
Yes, hello, Emmanuel. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too, Jari.
And we have here Emmanuel Brown, right? And
Yes.
Emmanuel asked me if I could introduce myself, which is after 140 podcasts, the first question which actually came my way. So I thought it would be nice to record it. So yes, I am basically the whole my life I liked meeting people, connecting with people. I started as an English teacher actually 22 years ago, teaching in school.
Great.
And since then, I have also like teaching children and teaching corporate companies. But later, I found out that I like podcasting as well and networking with people. So recently, what I'm doing networking events and podcasting events and creating this great community of people around the world
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's
to make
great.
a
That's
better
great.
world. Yeah, you can see behind me a map. So
I can see the map here behind you. Yes, and you're doing exactly as you said, creating a better world. I can see you're doing it. Yeah.
yeah, and now where are you? You are actually now in China, right? As you
Yeah.
mentioned.
No. Yeah. Now I'm in China. Yes. Now I'm in
And
China.
how is this country? What's the what is it like?
China. I would say it's a very fast-paced community. It grows really fast. Since I've been here, I've seen a lot of development, which is very quick. I mean, technology is quite quick. Today you see something different, tomorrow you see something different. You keep on seeing something different, and I think it's very difficult to catch up because they keep on improving and growing. And then I've seen China also. It's some country that they pride themselves in research work. I think the government, what they does is they give a lot of grants to people, to communities, education institutions to do a lot of research. So technology keep on improving. And also one thing I like about China is the culture. They're very rich in culture. You know, culture is an identity of people, a group of people with a common language or something. But China has been known to have a very rich culture when it comes to things. So these are something that I really see in China and what I'm really impressed in China with. You know, it's different when people don't live in China or people haven't stayed in China. The perception outside is quite different when you live in China. So I think China, it's good when it comes to these terms.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
You're welcome.
So you are originally from Ghana, right? From Africa.
Yes, yes, from Ghana, West Africa.
And
Yeah,
what is
originally
the
from Ghana.
situation there with actually, sorry, I'm skipping too much. I would like very briefly, can you introduce basically what you do? Because you work with environment, you work with zero waste, you work with food solutions, water solutions, right? But can you say with the own words uh, what you do for living?
Okay, I'll try and make it short. Actually, I was born in Ghana and I'm an environmental engineer. And then I specialize in research of using photo light energy to degrade pollutants, pollutants, especially organic pollutants in water. So my research field was basically focused on water pollution control stuff. But now I'm much more inclined in doing sustainability stuff. For example, help companies or institutions, especially small scale enterprises, implement sustainability in their value chain. You know, uh, I think the world is facing a lot of problems due to people don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to a lot of things. And also, I think the people at the top and the people at the down, people who buy, people who make, we all have a duty to play when it comes to sustainability issues. So I have centered myself in doing implementation sustainabilities in value chain. So let's say life cycle assessment, let's say giving out some guidance to companies and people who want to implement sustainability in their chain, like doing auditing, doing environmental impact assessment, doing environmental evaluations and stuff. So that is what I've been doing. So actually a sustainability engineer. I like to do policy management, do frameworks, use tools to help people build sustainability in their supply chain, and also help people to get educated when it comes to sustainability issues. Yeah.
Today I will, because you know me that I'm asking usually about past of your life, present of your life, future of your life. We will do it. But I will shuffle these questions a little bit today. I will shuffle it because it's interesting for me what you're saying. Can you tell me, first of all, what are the trends, past trends, current trends, and future trends in this field which you are working in, this sustainability of water and other issues? How do you see the trends for the future, and what is the current situation?
To make it, to tell you the truth, the trend always change. We have global trends which changes from time to time. For example, maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, nobody was talking about pandemic. But now the trend has changed to pandemic. So what we are doing, the world is doing, is trying to curb pandemic. I mean, trying to solve the issue which is going on when it comes to supply chain, global supply chain, people at risk and stuff. The trend keep on changing, but there are some trends which are actually constant, have been constant for some time now. Let's say more than 50 years ago, climate change was not really a hot topic then. You know, they were, before the Industrial Revolution, climate change was not that a hot topic. But now we are all trying to solve the climate change issues. So the trend is changing from time to time. Nowadays, to the future, from now to the future, the trend will be solving climate change issues a lot, because, you know, a lot of people are getting to know what climate change is about. Even though some people have heard about climate change, they don't really know what climate change is. So, you know, now consumers are getting themselves to be educated when it comes to climate change issues. So companies and managers are trying to find reasons for people to buy their products, for people to do their come for their services by educating people on climate change. So the trend is actually moving differently from what it was before. Now people are trying to go to sustainability a lot, because people just don't buy a product. They want to know the reason why you made the product and how they are contributing to the environment. Like this generation, the new generation, this generation going on, they are much more inclined of having a good job, like a job that will give them satisfaction when it comes to family issues, when it comes to sexual orientations. People don't put things on sexual orientations and stuff, discrimination. So even though you pay them higher salary, they are inclined to the social aspect of the business, the economic aspect and the environmental aspect. So even if you give them huge money for a job they are doing, and then the company is being discriminating against race, against gender issues, people won't actually go there. So I see the future trend to be much more on solving not only climate issues, but going much more into sustainability. That is the trend that I see for the future.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for this insight. Can you stress one thing from the past which you are really proud of, really grateful for, really happy about, that you achieved, that you managed in the past? Like just an example for us to share.
For example, the pandemic. I had a huge experience during the pandemic, which has impacted my life. The thing that happened at the pandemic was a lot of people lost their job, so many companies closed and stuff, but the pandemic opened a new ways of doing things. For example, people saw that disability is not a problem when it comes to work, like in a way, because people are now working from home. Even after the pandemic, a lot of people are still working from home, and which has proved to be effective. So with the pandemic, I had some things to do before the pandemic. I had to take up some courses, learn some new things, learn some new skills. So I used the time during the pandemic to do all these things. So actually, I used the pandemic to upgrade myself psychologically, emotionally, academically, kind of stuff like that. So with the pandemic, I wouldn't say I am really proud, but I am proud of how I utilized the pandemic.
I understand.
Like, it's like you have to find a way a way of turning risk into opportunities. So the opportunities that I turn the risk of the pandemic to is what I am actually proud of in my life. And then since then, I achieved a lot.
Mhm.
I've learned new things. It has opened my mind to a lot of things, different technologies and then different aspects of things, and met different people, because I was so active during the pandemic that I think now I'm actually reaping the fruits of the seeds I sowed during the pandemic. So it's one thing that actually a lot of people are not proud about. But to me, the pandemic it's something that I am not proud about. But the time, the resources, the knowledge, the things that I gained from the pandemic, it's unimaginable.
Yeah, I would like to encourage all the listeners, write down under this video for Emmanuel any question, and he will try to answer, certainly, these questions in the comments. If you are interested about anything concerning this interview, please write and share. Let's make it interactive for everybody. My next question about the current situation: which current projects are you working at this moment on?
Okay. There's a huge amount of projects actually, but one that I'm really proud of. It's trying to get people to know much about climate change and sustainability. Not only climate change, but sustainability. The reason why I'm saying that, I feel that the price that we are paying for climate change is not really understood much, because people don't really know much about climate change. Let me give an example. There's a huge issue when it comes to waste management and resources. And then I did a survey, and the survey was people who wanted to take care of their textile waste. And I was asking them questions about climate change and textile waste. But I tell you what, they said they knew climate change, but the results of the survey proved otherwise. They want to, the knowledge between this is totally far. It's totally different. What they think they know and what they think they should do. So my project now I'm working on is trying to get much as education to people as much. It's not like starting workshop, trying to do blogs, posts, get much more people to interact with sustainability. And so I'm from Ghana, so I'm looking at working with some of the universities in Ghana.
Yeah.
I have partners and advisors who are lecturers from various universities, and they are into sustainability and environmental engineering. So they are going to help their students get much more engaged into this. So my project that I'm working on, one of them is priding myself in helping people to get access to a lot of knowledge, get people to share what they know. So this is the way that I think is going to help a lot of people get to know what our future stands for and what our future holds. So this is one of the projects. And also currently, I am also working with one partner of mine trying to devise a tool to track supply chain. You know, we are trying to use blockchain technology to track things on the supply chain. And also we are trying to revise some framework for us to help companies implement sustainability in their supply chain. So it's a lot of projects going on. And it's, talking to people here and there, trying to read a lot of materials, trying to gather information and data. So it's I'll say it's slow, but progressive.
And by supply chain, you don't mean economic supply chain. You mean the environment supply chain, right?
Yes. Yeah, the environment supply chain, the flow of materials and processes and all these things. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Nice. I noticed yesterday in CNN that they have some problem with Great Barrier Reef in Australia. There is a new information just from CNN yesterday, and this is worth checking maybe, because they might need our help there. Anyway, let's go to some future which you are planning. Can you invite us to any event or any future activity which you are going?
Of course. As I said, it's a community. We are the forefront. We are the forefront of change. So one person cannot do everything just like that. It has to be a togetherness. It's a community. It's a people. It's people planet, and processes. That's what I call it. So people, you and me, all the community, all the listeners, everybody watching the video, it's part of the community, and then you are invited, and everybody's also invited.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Perfect. What are your hobbies? Do you have time for hobbies, or is your work your hobby? How do you perceive
it? I have a lot. I discovered new hobby recently. I discovered new hobby. There's NFT, non-fungible tokens.
Yeah.
And I said the blockchain technology now has been my new hobby, and also I'm quite a sporty person. I play basketball sometimes and stuff, but winter was a little bit cold to go outside and play. I like the outside play rather than indoor, so it was a little bit there. But now my favorite new hobby is the NFT world. I think a lot of people have been talking about blockchain and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, but that is not what all blockchain technology is about. There's much more to it than just Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and stuff. So my new hobby is much more diving into the NFT world, seeing what it does, trying to have a digital contract, and then understanding the technology behind it, how to access, give a lot of people access to technology. So, it's still new. It's very new. And the space is, I wouldn't say it's new that much, but I mean, the people who are exposed to this space is quite small compared to the world population. So the thing keeps on upgrading. It's also a very fast developing phase and a place. So you keep on learning something today, tomorrow something new, every day something new. So it's very difficult to catch up. So I have found myself to love the way the space is developing, and I am understanding the technology. And the beautiful part of it is not just about buying, selling, and making money, but how to apply that technology to better people's life. So
nice.
That is my new hobby now.
My friend, one of my best friends, also is interested in this currently. So I talked to him about it, that it's a really interesting field for the future. Emmanuel, we have one more last question. It's a takeaway message for our audience. What would you give them? Last final message.
Yes, as you said, you asked me, will I invite you to all the programs that I would do? And I said yes. And also, I want to say that every one of us is in a fight now for our future. Even if it's not our future, it's for the kids' future, our children's future, our children's future, the grand future. It's a future that, we cannot just watch it to go in ruins, even if we might not be alive or alive then. Just yesterday, there was a report by Guardian that microplastics have been found in bloods. And, it's very absurd if you think about it now. I mean, microplastics traveled all the way to Antarctica, traveled all the way up north, and now in our bloods. So we thought the turtles were the only ones having microplastics in their system and dying. But now people will live life dying from microplastics. That we thought it was only happening to the seas, the fishes, the birds, but now it's coming to us. So if we don't find a way to stop this, there might be no future. Dinosaurs, Tasmania. I mean, so many species are extinct. The same way some species are extinct, humans can also go to an extinction if this doesn't stop. So my message to everybody listening is, we all have to play a part in securing our future, our children's future, their grandchildren's future, and any generation that will come after. So it's important for us all to be part of the fight and of the change.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel Brown.
Thank you very much for having me. It's very good to talk to you. It's always a pleasure to share what we know to the world, and then also have a conversation to know what is going on in the world.
Thank you. Perfect. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.